Friends, Eric Andreas, your guitar sage here, and today this is part 3 of a series that we're doing. Tasty go-to noodle notes. Yeah, I'll explain it to you. Tasty go-to noodle notes. That's a hard one to say 3 times fast. And these will be 6th string root minor chords. Now, if you've been following this series, let me give you just a little tidbit about what this is about, so to make sure you're in the right place. So I'm constantly hacking the guitar neck. And I was laying in bed months ago, and I said, I would love to know what specific notes are always the same when you experience a major chord or a minor chord. And what I mean by that is, what noodle notes? You ever, you play a chord and you do a little bit of, you do this sort of thing. Right? You just kind of are noodling on the guitar and you're like, that sounds nice. And you're just taking a chord and then you're putting some other notes in there, right? So that's what I call noodling. And I do it so much, and other guitar players do it so much as well. And I thought, man, wouldn't it be really cool to diagram out the specific notes that are true every single time you play a major chord or every single time you play a minor chord? Wouldn't that be cool? And it is cool. So that's what I'm showing you now. So a little bit of history here, a little bit of backstory here on the way the chords work. I've mentioned this many, many times in my videos before, that the chords in a major key go major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7. So 3 out of those 7 chords are major, and 3 out of those 7 chords are minor. Every single time, in every single key, always been, always will be, to the end of time, amen. Okay, that's how it works. With every minor key, you have 3 major chords, you have 3 minor chords, and you have 1 diminished chord. Every single time, if you're talking about playing diatonically, that is harmony based upon the major scale, okay? If you don't know that part, you got to learn that, and that's what I give you the free course for, the very first link below, okay? Because you got to understand the construction of the major scale and how it permeates all music and then creates the chords and the harmonies and everything else, okay? So you got to know that. So make sure you go through that whole series there. That's absolutely free for you, first link below. Now, with that being said, there's also this fun little phenomenon that happens on the fretboard, okay? So let me show you this diagram first, then I'm going to actually play it for you. So what I did just now was using this technique here. And I only had to know one little pattern, and I could do it 3 places all over the neck. Now, I just chose to do 2 just now, but I'm going to show you where you can do all 3, okay? So let's look at this diagram first. You're going to take a picture of it and all that good stuff, and then I'm going to explain it to you and show you exactly how to use it, okay? Mike, let's see that diagram if you would, please, sir. All right, so what you're looking at here, now don't freak out, because once I explain this to you, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this has been in front of my eyes the whole time. Because I said that after playing guitar for 35, 36 years now. This popped out at me one day, okay? Now what you're looking at right now is the key of G major. G, A, B, C, D, F sharp, and G. So all naturals except for the 7, the F, and it's a F sharp, okay? Wouldn't matter whether we were doing this in the key of C. The key doesn't matter here. It's just for the point of what we're doing here. It's G major, and this is how G major looks. So every single dot that you're seeing on here are really just the same 7 notes repeated over and over and over again. And this is with most songs, right? With all songs. You're just hearing the same 7 notes, but in different variations and what have you, and it seems like a million notes in the stream of of time it is. It's many notes, right? So what we're looking at here is really just 7 notes, the 7 notes of G major. And now that's all the dots. What I've done is I've broken this out into 3 different patterns. You see the blue right here, right? Right here. And then you see this purpley color, and then this mustardy color, okay? And those overlap a little bit, and you can see that there are some dots there that have purple and some of them that have mustard only, and then you see some that have them combined. That means that those notes are combined. So you would use them in the purple and you would use them in the mustard color, okay? So here is why this is so magical. It's because, now if I just showed this to you for one chord, you'd be like, so what? And I would be the same way. I'd be like, so what? But what's cool about this is this pattern happens 3 times on the neck. 3 times for minor chords, 3 times for major chords. And in fact, if you watch the other videos that I have on this, they appear in other places as well. But this one pattern appears 3 times, and right now we're talking about just the minor chord. Now, again, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it to where when you play a chord, you could have these little noodle notes. And we could do that for every chord. And then we can move that again to the mustard. I know this is on the screen. I'm going to show it to you in a minute, but I just want you to hear now. So what I did just now is the blue, and then I did the purple. Now I'm up to the mustard colors here. And the notes that are all lined up together, you see the lines attaching them? That's the chord. So right now I'm playing a B minor chord. That's the notes that you see there that are attached and are in purple. That's a B minor chord. But we have these other notes, the other mustard notes. Okay, now, why is that special? That's special because, look, it's the same exact pattern, okay? It's going to take some time for you to sit here and evaluate this, but just trust me, same exact pattern, same exact chords, and so now here's how we're going to use it, okay? But first, now before we take this away, you got to take a picture. You ready? Here we go. You should be taking a picture right now. Did you do it? Okay, cool. All right, there you go. Now you're going to look at this later on because you took a screenshot of it and you're going to have it available for you so that you can use this and absolutely dominate the neck. Speaking of dominating the neck, Mike, you can take that down. Thank you so much, bud. Speaking of dominating the neck, we have a broadcast coming up on September the 26th, 2020. I'll be giving this guitar away along with another guitar, another Epiphone, and I'll be giving away a Boss Katana amp and like over $3,500 worth of goodies, amps, guitars, guitar lessons, everything else. We'll put a link for that in the description of this video. Right, Mike? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, buddy. And that will lead you to the giveaway. It's absolutely free. Okay? So we'll be giving this away. So check that out. And I'll be talking about this as well, what we're doing right now, okay? So, now, here's the deal. You got this chord. It looks like an E minor because it's an E minor. I'm playing the chord kind of funny here where I'm letting my first finger free because what I want you to see is that if I take this shape and I move it up here, if you know bar chords, you know what I'm talking about. So here's E minor, here's A minor, and here's B minor. So we know we can do this with bar chords, but we can also do this with the scale. So for instance, this is that blue form that I had where you see the chord there, and we got this little scale. Right? You know that one. That's like, everybody learns that as their first scale, right? Well, we take that scale and we'll take that chord and we move it now up to the A. We can play that same exact form that we just played. And it will work perfectly right there. This same form, when we move it up to B minor, remember the 3 chords, the 3 minor chords that are in the key of G major are E minor, A minor, and B minor. So here we are now at B minor. These naturally appear. This happens in every single key. So once you get it in G major, then it's just a matter of understanding how to move it up and down the fretboard like you would anything. Okay, it's all the same. Okay, I just noticed that I have some ink on my finger there. Okay, so here is a B minor, and then we have this scale, right? That fits right underneath it. It's the same form. Right? Now, again, what makes this special is if I'm playing some sort of chord progression here, I could take the same exact form. I don't have to know anything other than the form. It about plays itself. So it literally makes it so easy to do this. And here's the deal. Every single time you experience a minor chord with a 6th string root, right? This is an E minor. It has the root on the 6th string right there, okay? So that makes sense that you would be able to use this form. And then when we go to the A minor, you're able to use this form, the exact same form. When we go to the B minor, you're able to use the exact same form. Okay, now, just because I'm giving you this concept and you're getting it, it doesn't mean anything to you unless you start applying it, okay? So what you've got to do is you've got to take a song. In this case, I would say start with G major, where you've got the E minor, the A minor, and the B minor. If you have a looper, create a little chord progression with those 3 chords in there. Enough room where you can noodle around with the actual form that I'm giving you here so that you can get the idea. And then you'll gravitate to another key and start doing all that good stuff, okay? Very important that you practice this stuff because the concept's one thing, but I mean, that's like watching someone ride a bike and you're like, yeah, I get it. And you pedal your feet and you ride the bike and they balance, cool. But if you haven't done it, it's not the same thing, right? So you got to apply this stuff, otherwise it's not gonna mean anything to you. Now friends, listen, I know some of this went over some of your guys' heads, and that's because you don't have the basics. I give you the basics. We have 500,000 people who have gone through this course. The very first link below, YourGuitarSage.com/UGS will give you access to that, okay? There's other forms of my course that you can get there, but that will definitely give you access to the top 30, okay? Now, here's the deal. We got some giveaways. We got all sorts of things for you. If you're watching this right now and you can't, if you're on mobile, let's say, and you can't get that actual course, here you go. Text me. This number right here, text FREE to that number, and I will get you set up with it, okay? The giveaway coming up, YourGuitarSage.com/dot, D-O-T, because this is an Epiphone dot. Over $3,500 worth of giveaways. We're going to have a blast. I can't tell you more about it right now. I want to save you some time. Just click on the link, go to it, and all the rest, okay? Friends, I am here for you. I want to help you. You know what to do. Like this video, hit comments, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. If you want more stuff from me, because I'm passionate about teaching you how to play guitar, and anybody can play guitar if you got the bits and pieces and you practice, okay? So I'm here for you. I'll see you. Be kind to all beings. Practice your guitar. I'll see you in the next video.